Hello everyone, my name is ZCRGator and welcome back to Tier List Tuesday. Today's tier list is all about fall. That is right, as of 2 days ago, September 22nd, 2024, the seasons have changed. We are no longer in the hot summer season and we have instead moved into the season of fall. It is now chillier. It is now getting a little cozier outside. The leaves are starting to change from green to brown, yellow, red, orange, all sorts of colors. So I thought today, you know what? Why don't we celebrate the season of fall by doing a tier list of things you can do during the season of fall? But before we get into today's tier list, if you end up enjoying today's tier list, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps your boy out. We are on the road to 300 subscribers, and comment down below. What is your favorite thing to do during the season of fall/autumn? I would absolutely love to know down below in the comments. Now today's tier list is just a standard tier list. All the items pictured here, this is all it is right here. I just found a random tier list online that I will link down below in the description. But with that being said, enough yapping. Well, I guess we're going to continue yapping, but enough talk. Let's just get right into the tier list, and we are kicking things off with a personal favorite of mine. One of my favorite things that occurs during the season of fall that stretches from September, late September to late December, that being the holiday known as Thanksgiving. For me, Thanksgiving is an absolute S tier. I actually really like Thanksgiving a lot. I think Christmas is my favorite holiday of the year, but like right behind that is probably Thanksgiving. And I think it's great. You get a lot of good food, and you get to hang out with friends and family. And I think there's no better way to celebrate a holiday than by doing that. So Thanksgiving, all the way up in the S tier for me. Up next, I'm assuming this just means it is time for sweater weather. It is time to wear jackets once more. And for me, that's personally an S tier because I think the best drip that I have is always during the fall/winter months. I think I am best dressed during those months, especially where I live, because it is very hot where I live. It tends to be very hot, so throughout most of the months of the year, I'm always wearing stuff to, combat the heat. But man, when it finally starts to get a little cold, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can finally put a sweater on, I can finally put a jacket on, I can finally start actually having good drip. And it makes me feel good. I absolutely love wearing jackets or hoodies or sweaters, all the bunch. For me, personal S tier. Up next, we have, I believe, pumpkin spice latte. For me personally, and this could just be grouping all just pumpkin items. If we're grouping all pumpkin items as a whole, absolute A tier. But if it's only the pumpkin spice latte, it's an F tier because I'm not a coffee enjoyer. But I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to say that this is grouping all pumpkin type of items together. So I'm going to put it in A tier because for me, I'm a big pumpkin guy. I really like pumpkin food. So pumpkin-based foods, I should say. So except for, pumpkin spice latte, I'm just not a coffee enjoyer. But for me, I love this time of year. I love the food that we get at this time of year. So good, big A for me. Up next, we have back to school. Ooh. When I was younger, this would easily be an F tier thing. But as I grew in age, as I got older, to be honest, I didn't mind going back to school. It actually gave me something to do. It gave me time to see friends. And, I actually learned some stuff here and there. Probably a C tier, just because of the fact that, even when I was younger, I still hated it. It probably wasn't until I got to high school to the point where I was like, all right, I'm actually okay going back to school. But even then, that's high school, and no one really likes high school. So, yeah, give me C tier with that one. Up next, we got all sorts of pumpkin pie. That looks like apple pie, some pecan pie probably. S tier. I mean, what more do I have to say? Pie is pie, and pie is good. I absolutely love the fact that this time of year means that we get to enjoy all sorts of different types of pie, especially pumpkin pie. That, to me, is the GOAT pie. So yeah, give me S tier for that. Oh, next, we have trick or treating, aka Halloween. for a lot of people, this is their favorite holiday of the entire year, and I absolutely understand why. It is an absolute S tier. It gets to go right behind Thanksgiving for me. I mean, you got back to back to back. October, November, December brings banger after banger after banger. You get to start with Halloween. You get to get all the trick-or-treating, all the spooky stuff out of the way, which I do like the spooky stuff. And plus, that means that this upcoming month, I get to watch Over the Garden Wall again. I get to play stuff like Resident Evil. I mean, I play that throughout the year anyways, but like I get to really play it because it's the spooky month. I get to play all the horror games. I'm excited for that. And then we get to follow it up Thanksgiving in November, and then you follow it up with Christmas in December. It's just banger after banger after banger. Yeah, give me Halloween and S tier. Up next, I don't know, is this specifically pumpkins or a pumpkin patch? Because going to a pumpkin patch to me is a little overrated, but pumpkins as a whole, I think are properly rated. So I'm just going to put this in B tier. Personally, I think if it's just the pumpkins, it gets to go into B tier, because I like pumpkins. Pumpkins are cool. You can carve them up. You can make jack-o'-lanterns. They are incredible decor. Yeah, give me B tier for that. Up next, I guess this is like, the way I'm interpreting this picture, kid going into a pile of leaves, so that means you're raking up all the leaves that are falling off, and then you're jumping into the pile of leaves. I never really got that as a kid. I never really enjoyed, like, maybe it's because I grew up in an area that didn't have like enough leaves to really rake it up and do something like that, even though there were. It's just, I don't know. I never really found satisfaction in doing this. So for me, personal F tier. And also, what is this, apple picking? F tier as well. I'm not picking apples during the month of fall. Come on, not the month of fall. During the months of fall, that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to a pumpkin patch. I'm doing something spooky instead of going out and picking apples. Get that out of here. Up next, are these like pumpkin themed cookies or donuts? These definitely look more like donuts. If they're pumpkin-themed donuts, I'm putting it in A tier, because like I said, I love pumpkin stuff. It's incredible. It's immaculate. I enjoy it a lot. And then, of course, we have our final two. First and foremost, football is back, baby. I am an absolute football enjoyer. I love me some football. Unfortunately, I am also a Florida Gator, and we suck this year. Like, it is bad. Like, we are really bad this year. It's so bad, and we need to fire our head coach, and we need to fire our athletic director, and we need to probably fire a lot of the people that are in charge of making decisions. But we can't do that at the moment because the university has an interim president, and you're probably not going to fire your athletic director when you have an interim president in place. And said athletic director is not firing our head coach when he should. So we're at a bit of a pickle. And unfortunately for us, we have the hardest schedule in all of college football. Yay us! Oh. Also, by the way, who in the world books Miami and UCF in the same season? Why would you do that? Why would you give us all the Florida teams? It's already hard enough. I mean, thank God Florida State is also really bad this year. But when you play Florida State and you play Miami in the same season, that's tough. But then you play UCF also in the same season. Those Florida teams, they play up for each other. Because, I mean, UCF, a lot of those football players are like, oh, we want to go play at Florida. But then they don't get into Florida, and they instead go to play for UCF. You know what they're going to be? They're going to be motivated when they play us. And unfortunately for us, they're actually probably better, so we're going to lose. I hope we don't lose. But yeah, we're probably going to lose, and that's going to be really sad and embarrassing. We already got embarrassed by Miami at home, so yay us. But I also like the NFL. And thank God I'm a Tampa fan, because Tampa Bay, oh my goodness, we are killing it. Of course, we're going to beat Washington to begin the season because they're not all that good. But we also went to Detroit, and it was a revenge game for last year's playoffs, and we beat them behind my main man, Baker Mayfield, absolutely throwing dots to Chris Godwin. Big Mike Evans is still out there and doing his work, and we're doing this with injury after injury after injury. Our best defensive players, Vita Vea, Antoine Winfield, out of the game. Big Vita gets hurt in the middle of the game. Antoine didn't even suit up for the game. We still found a way to win, and I am very proud of the boys. I hope they can keep it up. We got this is before, so I'm doing this. I'm filming this even though I said 2 days ago, because this is going up on Tuesday, what, the 24th. I'm filming this on the 20th, so like we haven't played Denver yet, but I think we beat Denver. And then after Denver, we got a massively hard stretch of games. So yeah, good luck, boys. But you know what? Firmly behind the team. I absolutely love me some football. It's one of my favorite. It is probably my favorite sport to watch, and that is also why I super love the fall season, because we get the return of sports, we get this return of football, we get the return of soccer, and we get the return of basketball with NBA and college hoops. What more? What more do you need? I absolutely love this time as a sports fan. And then, of course, fall. The absolute changing of the leaves, changing of the weather. I am hoping it's going to get colder, and I'm hoping it's going to be nice outside. I'm hoping to get at least a month of like weather in the 60s and just be able to go on a walk and enjoy myself and not break a like massive sweat, and it to not be super humid outside. I absolutely love when the weather gets colder and it just feels nice outside, and I feel like people are just friendlier, you know? I feel like it brings the best out of people, and that's why I really like the season of fall. Probably my favorite season of the 4 seasons. But with that being said, I think that wraps up today's tier list. If you ended up enjoying today's video, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, it really helps your boy out, and comment down below. What is your favorite / least favorite thing of the fall season? With that being said, I hope you all have an absolutely phenomenal rest of your day and phenomenal rest of your week. And I will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.